Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys. I want to start off with saying that I know my videos have not been coming out consistent. I definitely need to get better at that. If I could, I would be popping out videos every day or every other day. So I'm going to try to just consistently do at least one video a week. See if I can just upload every weekend. Don't let me do this because y'all, that was thunder. Everything happening in life is weird right now for many reasons for everybody and for me as well. It's just weird and I'm still trying to figure things out. I do want to post more and I always say that. So just hang tight with me, and of course the air kicks on. Just be patient with me, and hopefully soon I will have like a normal uploading schedule, and that will be way more consistent and also like more videos. Let me turn off this fan because I'm just like literally sitting on my bed, just cozy, like raw, real vibes, just talking. Today's video is going to be my college experience. I was young for my grade always, so I graduated high school and went to college at 17 years old because my birthday is in September. So this was like a long journey. I was graduating high school, had got my acceptance letter, was ready to go to Oklahoma City University. And if you know what that is, then you already know what's about to happen. If you don't know what that is, it's just obviously a college in Oklahoma City. Very small. It's not a state school, it's a private school, and basically like a performing arts school. Went for my dance degree. So little 17-year-old me, like so excited. I get there and for the most part, like it's great. Like I loved all the people there, all of my friends. So I got there. So I remember they were talking about like Greek life and stuff, and that was never something that I like. Some of my friends were like, oh no, my mom was in this, like I'm definitely gonna be in it. Like I was never like that. It just wasn't something that really stood out to me or I really gave any thought. I just wanted to dance. When I heard them talk about it and stuff, you know, they make it sound real good, and it was good. And I'm so glad I did it. I'm just gonna tell you that. They're trying to persuade you to be in Greek life. And my dad was like, nah, like we're not spending that money. Like we already spent all this money for you to come to this private school out of state. Like no. So they were like, if you want to do it, like I had a savings account I've been saving since high school, and they were like, if you want to do it, that's up to you, Mary Beth, but it's going to be all on your own. And that was scary for me at 17 years old. I mean, I wasn't even paying for my own school. I didn't know what it was like to be financially independent in any way yet. I was all like, like I really want to try it, but it's a lot of money. And this was a private small school. Like it wasn't even as much money as like state schools would be to be in a sorority. The first week I did like the first recruitment week. I think I did 1 or 2 nights. And anyways, I dropped out in the middle of it. I was like, I just can't do it anymore. Like I know I don't have the money. Like I wouldn't be able to keep up with the dues. Like I just don't, nah, not for me. As much as I loved the sorority I was in, as much as I don't regret it, and I still miss it to this day, like I truly miss being a part of that all the time. When I think about it, I'm so glad I did it. But, and if you're one of my sisters, you know this, I hated recruitment week, and most girls live for that. And I think, well, the first week there, it's the choreographed songs and dances and the choreographed walks and conversations. Like it just seemed so fake to me when I was in it. But then when I wasn't in it, like this first week of recruitment, like when I dropped out, I was like, nah, I don't want to be in this. I just saw these robotic girls like going crazy, like I could not. I mean, that first night, I will not lie to you, I was genuinely scared. Like, I will not lie. I was like a little bit like, what have I gotten into? Like, am I gonna be okay? Like, I am really scared. And there's no reason to be scared. I was just stupid, and like, it was stupid, to be honest with you. I loved Greek life. I will always like support, like do it. Like, do Greek life if you're even at least a bit intrigued by it. Like, try it because it's so much fun. But the recruitment week, yeah, not a fan. But the way I went about it, I'm really glad I did it this way. So I dropped out after like probably 2 nights. I don't even remember. And then the school year started. I'm not going to say I loved the dance program. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I didn't love the dance program. And we're going to get to that. But school was happening. I was giving it a shot. It was the very beginning of everything. We're going to get to the dance school part soon, but I'm going to tell you how I got into my sorority. So I was really glad I didn't join until after the first semester, I think. And I'm really glad because when I got into my classes and got into my routine of school and stuff, I found out the kind of people I naturally gravitated to. It just so happened, like, all these girls that I was obsessed with, a lot of dance majors, and then some, a lot not too as well, but they were all Alpha Phis. And it just kind of happened that way. And now that I have been through it, I see like I have very much Alpha Phi personality. It looked kind of fun, but at the same time I was like, girl, you tried it for 2 nights and you did not even like that. Then these girls older than me, that I just looked up to so much because they were gorgeous. They were so talented, and they were just the nicest, kindest, most genuine souls. These girls reached out to me and they're like, are you interested in Greek life? Are you interested in Alpha Phi? And I told them, like, I did the first 2 nights, like, I was just like, and they were like, just meet with me, like, let's go get coffee or whatever, and let's talk about it and stuff. And so I ended up talking about it with them, and I ended up joining, because when I'm just so glad I did it that way, because had I not done it that way, would I have chosen Alpha Phi, or would Alpha Phi have chosen me? Like, I'm not sure, because I wasn't myself that recruitment week. It was my first week there. I didn't know what the heck any of this was. I'd heard of Greek life, but I knew nothing about it. And so I'm really glad that way it just happened way more natural. And I ended up joining with people who I would have been friends with anyways. But I got to be a part of all of this fun and like sisterhood that's just unlike anything else. So with all of this being said, if you're like, on Greek life, like, I don't know if I want to do it, try it out, and then don't force yourself into anything, especially if you don't know what house you want or something. Just wait, and then it might be beneficial to you like it was to me to just like start classes for a few weeks or a few months and then see what's more natural, like if you're good that way or if you're still interested in it, or if you run into these friends that are in a certain sorority or fraternity or whatever. I'm really glad that I did let it come more natural. I'm so grateful for Alpha Phi, so grateful for so many ways, but mainly because I think all of the girls that went to school there could agree with me on this. That is the only way I survived those years I was there, was my sisters and my friends, and just and I still wish to this day, like, I'll explain this later, I wish I was in a better mind state then, but that the school didn't like mess me up so much at that point, because I felt like I could have been a better sister, I could have been a better friend, I could have been more involved in Alpha Phi. I was involved, but I could have had a leadership position so much more, and I feel like I was just so closed off. So I just hope, if anyone's watching this and you knew me then, I just hope that everyone that I even encountered at that point in my life, I'm so grateful for those girls, and I fear not, just those people that I encountered at OCU that were nice to me. Like, that's the only thing that kept me going. So with that being said, OCU. Oh man, before everything happened, I was like, this is a great school. This is amazing. And they produce famous people, and they produce prodigies, and they're just so good. Like, wow. Yeah, no. I think if I had gone for anything else, it might have been different, but the fact I went for dance, that certain program is very out of date and just wrong. So basically what had happened was, I knew on my audition day, when I auditioned for OCU, they weighed me. And at that point, I auditioned early on, so I hadn't graduated high school yet. And at that point in my life, I was doing really well. I had finally gotten I was middle of high school, I was like traveling 2 hours every day to dance. I was like trying to do life and drive so far for good dance training. And I feel like I finally, at that point, kind of became happy with who I was. and I did gain a little bit of weight. And that was, I think, the first time in my life that I was kind of okay with gaining weight. My weight has always fluctuated so fast. Sorry, I have nail polish. To be honest up front with you guys, I've always had eating disorders. I'm over all of that now. I mean, if you have one, you know it's with you the rest of your life. But I'm at my healthiest I've ever been right now, just a disclaimer. And I'm not just saying that, I really am, because I got myself out of the situation. I was a little heavier at the time that I auditioned, and I knew I was at my own life. Like before OCU, I was like, I knew. And then even before I came to OCU, my senior year of high school, and that summer before college, I really got into shape. I was like working out all the time, eating healthy all the time. Not in a bad way, just because I wanted to and enjoyed it. I do remember being a little heavier than I usually was at this audition. And they had to weigh us at the audition. And I was like, you know what, okay. For the first time in my, like, the end of my high school years, I was just training so hard and dancing so much. I just loved it so much, and I fell in love with that. And I think it helped me fall more in love with myself and get over all of these issues I had had. And the fact that I really felt like I was over it, and then this happened, made everything 10 times worse, I think. But so far, all that happened is they just weighed us at the audition. They didn't say anything. They just had to take our weight. I remember seeing other girls' weights, and then I saw mine, and I was like, in my head, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they didn't even tell you anything about your weight. Like, yeah, you're fine. Like, it's literally chill. But I just remember comparing that number to other people's in my head and just trying to just, like, be like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And then I just went to my mom, because my mom was there with me at the audition, and I showed her the paper that had my weight on it, and I just started bawling. And she was like, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you crying? And in my head, I was also like, wait, girl, why are you crying? Like, why am I crying? It's brought back so many harmful memories, just looking at a scale and just looking at my weight and then comparing it to other people's too. That was bad. But I was like, yeah, I need to get over it. I mean, I knew I'd gained a few pounds anyways. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I knew I was gonna lose it. But I didn't really want anyone else to be looking at me or thinking about my weight besides myself. Duh. So yeah, I got over that. It was fine. I felt like I did great at the audition. I loved the whole audition process. I got there being very nervous and scared, and they did so good at just like really just making us feel comfortable. They still had like a strict, very professional environment, which I always appreciate so much, but it was like still so nice and welcoming and still like treating us like humans. I go back home. I think a few weeks later I got my acceptance letter, and then the acceptance letter had on it like, you know, you've been accepted, you got this talent scholarship, all of this stuff on it. I was like, yeah, oh my god. And then at the bottom of the acceptance letter, it said like current weight, and then it had what I weighed that day, and then expected weight at like school start date or whatever. And it was like, I think like 10 pounds less maybe. Yeah, I think it was 10 pounds less. Maybe not quite 10, like 8 to 10, whatever. I was like, oh, and it was just one of those things that I wasn't too upset about at the time. I was like, I know as a dancer I need to be my fittest, and I was working on being my most fit self anyways. So it really wasn't that big of a deal to me. Because at that point I was also on like my health grind that senior year of high school. I feel like a lot of people get like that. I don't know. It was my senior year, and I was so excited to go off, and I was on a health grind anyways, like actually doing everything super healthy for the first time. And what was that, 2015? I feel like that was also 2014, 2015, when like the skinny stigma kind of started going away, and that was really good for me to be like, healthy is hot, like being fit is pretty, not just skinny is pretty. So I feel like that was the first time I was really like doing everything the right way. So my summer before college, I was like super fit, felt great, I was so strong. I got to school, and we had auditions for the company if you wanted to be on like the American Spirit Dance Company. I don't know if I can get in trouble for saying the names of everything, but I honestly don't care because I didn't do anything wrong. These are all literal facts. So did the audition, and I just remember every time I auditioned for this company, which was within the dance program, if you wanted to be on this company, you got to be in like the school shows or whatever. And let's just start with my first time auditioning. I auditioned many times. I was like, wow, like this is the easy. I was so scared. I was like, this is the easiest audition I have ever done. Like, physically so easy. And I was like, you know what? Like, so you could get frustrated that it's easy, but I was like, you know what? It's easy. Like, girl, I'm gonna have fun with this. Like, I'm gonna make it good. And I felt so good about that audition. A few days later, I don't remember how long it took to get the results. They have a call board, and the company who had made the company was posted on the call board. I was like, oh sweet, it's posted. Like, there's no way I didn't make it. Not to be mean, but it's like, that was just the easiest thing I've done in my life. I go to look at the names, and my name isn't on there, and I just remember standing there like, reading it over and over and over, thinking, am I missing my name? Like, am I just crazy? And then, I don't remember how it happened. I don't know if they called me or if it was posted on the call board. But anyways, I was called to a meeting at the dean's office. And I was like, did I do something? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I wonder what this is about. Maybe it's like money things. I don't know. So I went to the office, and she sits me down, and she tells me how on my acceptance letter, I was I was below the weight that they wanted me to be at when I got to school. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing everything right. But my shoulders are a little broad. My structure is just set a little bit broad. So we're going to need you to lose about 5 more pounds and audition again next weekend. Okay. Stab me in my heart and stomp all over it. But it's fine. I'm good. I can do that. Whatever. I might, like, die. But we're going to do it. So I purposely didn't work out that next week because I had to malnourish myself to get to the weight that they wanted me to be at. So if you're malnourished, you can't work out much. Like, you're tired. So I remember, like, skipping out on fun social events because I needed to go to bed at 8 p.m. because if I stayed up any later, I was going to be hungry for dinner and I didn't need to eat it. I don't want to go into, like, too many details because I don't want to sound like I'm giving any ideas or do anything toxic at all. I don't want to create anything harmful for anyone. But I did what I needed to do. I was like, these people are crazy. But I'm not going to pay all this money and be at this school and dance really well, to be honest with you, and not be on this company because of how I look. That just seemed crazy to me. It is crazy. What did they want me to lose? They wanted me to lose 5 pounds. I think I lost 6. I lost more than whatever they told me to. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's audition again. And I auditioned again. Again, really easy peasy lemon squeezy. Thought I did great. Still didn't make it. Called into the office again. I went to the office and she explains to me, I know you lost the weight that we wanted you to lose, but we're going to need you to lose like 3 to 5 more. We thought that would be enough, but you're still looking a little like wide in your shoulders. Holy crap. So this happened a few times and I kept losing this weight, and eventually it was to where I was feeling like I was going to faint in the middle of class. I was feeling like I was going to faint walking to class. People would even notice like what weird things I was eating and how little I was eating and saying things. And I probably looked freaking crazy. And then I'd skip out on like fun things with friends because I knew food would be there or something. Or I knew I needed to sleep so I wouldn't be hungry. Like, oh my God. It was miserable. But the next year I auditioned again. I was so sick, so weak, that even that little easy audition dance, I felt like I did so horrible at, because it was so hard for me to just like even move my body. I was so tired, and I was like, frick, like I finally feel like I'm as small as they want me to be, but being this small and malnourished, I can't dance good anymore. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I'm not going to make it. Guess what? My name was on that call board, and I was on that company after that. I can't. It's hard for me to even film this video. Like, I've been putting off filming this video because every time I say it, it just sounds even more stupid and ridiculous. Like, the fact that this institution is still running is like... And it just got to the point that I was so miserable. My dancing was getting so bad. I would get in trouble in ballet class sometimes for kind of looking like distant and not looking like super present. And the reason was because I was literally dying. I was starving and miserable and depressed and anxiety driven, and so much happens at that school, y'all. Not even to mention like some of the things teachers told me that were just beyond harmful, and in a state school would not go without being labeled as bullying. It was just bad, and I remember just like wanting to leave, but then didn't want to seem like weak because this is such a good school and like you need this name on your resume that you went to school here and it's going to help you so much in life, like whatever. I also didn't want to leave my friends either. I think that's what sucked the worst, and I honestly could have handled that better because I think I just kind of dipped out of there. And if I was in a healthier mindset, y'all, I would have talked to my friends one-on-one and explained to each person at that point in my life, and they were all there in the same situation too. I think they understood it because they were in the same situation as me. I had to dip. I had to go. And I do still talk to some of my friends there because it's not our fault. Like, there were some amazing people at that school. But I went to the doctor and she basically told me everything that's wrong with me. This school literally gave me what is called PTSD, and I was so shocked at that. I thought you only get that from like war or something, but no, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. And even like if someone starts talking about a diet or how they need to lose weight or like talking about their weight or something like that, I shut down. I have to block it out, or I will go into a full anxiety attack, and that's just not, I'm past that. I'm not going to do that. It scarred me forever, and my doctor was basically like, you got to get out of there and you got to get better or you're going to die. Like, if you keep doing this, you will end up on your deathbed. And then are you really going to be able to dance this way? Like, no, you went there to dance. So it's just really defeating the purpose of what I'm trying to do with my life. Whew, so heard that news, and she didn't want to. My doctor's amazing, and I could tell she didn't want to tell me what to do, if I should stay or if I should go. Like, you could stay, but you would still be in this toxic environment. If you could still like be healthy, not be on the company, and just like kind of like tough it out. But the smartest thing to do would be you remove yourself from the toxicity. That's the smartest thing to do. And I think I went back after that, but then I came back home soon after for spring break. It was the last night of spring break. The next day I was supposed to pack up my stuff and go back to Oklahoma, and it was that night before. I just remember I hadn't packed anything, and I just like broke down on the couch, just crying in my mom's lap for what feels like hours. And I was just, I can't go. I don't want to go. I can't go. I can't go back there. I cannot do it. And so I didn't go back. I stayed home, and then the next week or so, whenever my parents could get off of work, we drove back there, packed my stuff, and came back, and I wrote an email to the dean the dean of the dance school, and told her like I just can't be there anymore. And I don't know if I ever heard back from her. I might have got an email back from her that my mom maybe didn't show me. I don't know, but I didn't want to hear back because I just really need to drop everything and just be with myself and get in a healthy mind state again. And that I spent that whole summer at home at my parents' house in Arkansas. And I was so scared that summer. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I need to get a degree. My parents instilled in me that I needed to get a degree. If it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have. But now I'm glad that I did. I will say that. I was at my parents that summer. I was officially not a college student anymore, but I needed to finish. I knew that. because I had 2.5 years left because I left at spring break. So that semester, that spring semester of classes didn't count for anything because I didn't finish those classes, just dropped them all. I had 3 semesters of college, credit-wise. So this summer I researched all these colleges, most of them being in California, and that's where I wanted to go in the first place. Since 7th grade, I knew where I wanted to go. My parents were not fans of that. They were absolutely not having it, so we settled on Oklahoma City. Now all this happened. I'm still kind of like I told you guys, like, this isn't where I was supposed to be. If you would have just listened to me and let me go to California. Well, they still didn't let me go to California. So I had heard about Sam Houston through a sweet girl that I danced with in Dallas in the summers all the time. But to me, I was like, this is like the last resort. Like, I don't really want to be in the South at all. And I know where I want to be. That was the thing. I knew where I wanted to be. My parents were just no-go. So I went to Sam Houston for the audition that I loved. I loved all the choreography. It wasn't like Oklahoma City where it was just easy peasy lemon squeezy, and it was that for a reason. They didn't care how you dance, they cared how you look, basically. Here, I could just tell at the audition, like, these teachers are awesome creative artists. Like, it was awesome, and it pushed me. But by the end of the audition, like, I got the combos, and it felt so good, and it was so fun. And I stayed to watch the show at Sam Houston, and I was like, they're doing this in South Texas? Like, they are dancing like this? Like, this is good. Way better than OCU, I'm just saying. Now, I should look at what show that was because it was so good. Well, I ended up going there. I am so happy I went to Sam Houston. So, this school, totally different than the first college I went to. First of all, it's a state school. It's a smaller state school, but it's still way bigger than OCU was. I did not join Greek life here because they don't have Alpha Phi here. If they did, I probably would have looked into it. But it's probably good they didn't because I didn't need to spend more money anyways. And I was good here without Greek life because, and that's why I say it just depends on the school and the person. But to me, it depends on the school as well. And I mean, all my friends like were in the dance program, and I had the best friends. My best friend Gabby I met actually like that summer before Sam at a dance intensive. And then we were both going to Sam, so my time at Sam was spent with my best friend too. If I didn't go here, I probably wouldn't have met her. And all the other people at Sam. If you're watching this and you're from Sam, I love you. It was just such a blessing to me, especially the teachers. And it was a much more updated program. So much better. And the professors are a little younger, some of them, but even the ones that aren't and the ones that are younger, it doesn't even matter. They still are like up to date with what's going on in the world right now, as far as, you know, bodies, but also like just the dance world and how you can make money right now and what the opportunities there are right now and just what's happening. I can't even express to you how happy I am that I just left that toxic environment, and I just took a summer of just praying and being alone and just not knowing. I just had to like pause for a minute and just not know for a little bit and be okay with that. It's storming hard. I didn't do that. My life would not be like this right now. And I'm just so glad. Like, I wouldn't have this training I have. I wouldn't know the people that I know. So that's my college experience. And at Sam, I mean, I know I talked a lot about Oklahoma City. That's because a lot of bad things happened there. Sam, it was just all freaking good. Like, all good. I want to name my professors, but like, I don't know. I don't want to like be too like giving away personal information. But I just look up to these professors here so much. This dance program at Sam helps me beyond. So yeah, that's my college experience. Getting my dance BFA. It's probably definitely way different than a normal college experience or any other college experience you would hear about. Yes, mine is like crazy wackadoodle-doo. I will say this, like, one regret, huge regret I have is getting in my head too much. It happened a lot at OCU for obvious reasons, but it could be any different reason for anyone. I feel like this happens a lot with if you have any kind of depression or anxiety or anything like that. like get it in your head too much to where you say no to like social events and stuff. Like if you have to study, that's understandable, but if you don't have to study, if you're really just gonna sit there and watch Netflix or something, or you're gonna just go to sleep early, like just say yes to those plans with your friends. Like just do it. Or even if they're not your friends and like these new acquaintances, as long as you feel safe, as long as you feel safe, just do it. Like just go out. Like always be safe, always have your work done, but as long as you can do those two things, I would say only regret is not saying yes more to like social things. Like at Sam, I did get to go out a lot more because I was in a healthier mind state. Also, it was a state school, it was just like more normal, I feel like, and yeah, I was just in a lot better headspace here as well for obvious reasons, and I was like loving school here. And that's crazy for me because I don't love school. I hate school. And even at Sam, I would have days where I'm like, I hate school. But I didn't hate dance class. I always hated the core classes and that stuff. But everything that was involved with the dance, I always loved. And that's why you have a degree. So that's why you should definitely pick a degree you love to do. But yeah, I guess that's my biggest thing is I would say just make sure you're social and you're not missing out on like the memories, because like get the experience, get the knowledge, and don't waste your money. But like also don't forget that you build friendships and relationships and memories in college that will last you forever and ever and ever, whether you use that degree or not. The things that will benefit you are the people and the memories. So I think that's the biggest advice I have for college, for sure. And also, like, just don't be insecure. Just whatever that takes for you. If it takes removing yourself from a toxic environment, if it takes you just self-pampering or like cutting certain people out of your life, or it just takes you like maybe like taking a break for a little bit or like traveling somewhere, whatever it takes for you to just like be happy with yourself, do that. Because I could have like toughed it out at Oklahoma, been so miserable, not made any fun college memories, and gotten some degree that I wouldn't even be proud of because I don't even like that place. Does that make any sense? Just do what you gotta do for you, boo-boo. So it is storming so hard now. I'm gonna go. I'm not happy. I'm alone and it's storming and I don't like that. I just feel like it's a disservice to not share things that happen in your life. So there you go. That's my crazy college experience. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope that you lovelies know that you should love yourself exactly as you are right now. Whether you think you're doing the right thing with your life, the wrong thing with your life, you look the right way, you look the wrong way, you're doing good, you're doing bad. It really doesn't matter when it comes down to it. You should love yourself exactly where you are at right now. And things will fall into place, I can promise you. And 2020 feels weird for me right now. I feel like things are not going to fall into place, you know, but then I remind myself they always do. They always do. And 2020 is weird for everyone, so I'm just trying to remind myself, give yourself a break, sister. Cut yourself a lot of slack this year and take it slow. Don't rush anything. Take it all slow and cut yourself a lot of slack. I think that is the best advice we could give ourselves this year. Just appreciate all of you guys, all of my viewers, all of my subscribers, everyone that gives a thumbs up, comments, anything. Thank you, and I appreciate it beyond words could even explain. So if you like this, please share it. Share any of my videos that resonate with you or that you really like or enjoy. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you. I can't even say thank you enough. Yeah, I will see you guys next time, and I love you all.